So it's too wet to do anything else, so we're going to start a house lot this morning. Already got the driveway put in. Somebody else has already done that. So pretty much the house corner starts right there at that stake. They're all pretty good sized houses, no little starter homes in this neighborhood. So it's a pretty good sized house lot for a pretty good sized house. Pretty much going to clear everything out of the front and go along the back for the septic area. And up here on the left is a old cemetery. I don't know how old it is, but they got it fenced off and kind of in a protected area, so we'll clear up to that. And it's not a whole lot of stuff, a few bigger pine trees, and the rest is just little undergrowth stuff. So I'm gonna go over here and get started on making the driveway entrance. So I was able to get a little path cleared in here, getting the area for the driveway scraped off here. John's got a load of base material to put down so we can get the truck up in here to start loading brush. That was definitely the wrong way. It's wet, but it's not like not being able to work wet. Kind of just got to pick the jobs you can work on with the weather we've been having, and since this is undisturbed ground, it's not too bad, but once it rains on it, I don't know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. It's not going to be as dry as it is now. I mean, look, you can't even back off of somebody else had put that pipe in. They had to clean up. I think it was this guy that does the backfilling around his houses. He had to clean out another old driveway, and they just kind of used a stone right there to keep from wasting it. And it is pretty much liquid now. So he's going to dump that out. I'm going to go rake that out. Kind of build a little path so he can actually get off the road. That's funny. This right here isn't too bad. We can see how much I sunk down right there. Just driving the machine across. Yeah, just pull across the street a bit fast. Hopefully that'll get mixed in with the muddy stone that's below it. I'm just looking at the tire tracks, the tire tread, and they're just packed full of mud. Which means when he takes off, it's going to go all down the road. That's what we're trying to avoid, because they don't like. He's going to have to go get some rock probably, because they don't really care for mud to be strewn all down the road. Farther so he can back. I need to sit right there, and he can at least get to right here. That'll be enough room for me to load from the side. Come back a little bit farther, but that's going to have to be where it's going to be right now, because that's all the rock I have. I can make that work though. He can back right up there, and I can sit right here on this side, so it'll be all right. Let me go ahead and load. All right, so I'm taking down a few trees in the front. The builder asked if we could save any, and unfortunately, everything is within about 15 to 20 feet of the house, which is a little close for the house that's going to be here with the stuff up front. So I'm going to leave some on that end over there, but take out this stuff up front, especially the pine trees. That's a nice oak tree right there, but unfortunately, it's only like 10 feet from the front of the house. It'll probably die during construction with all the stuff, the digging and everything else that's going to go around it. So we're going to take it out and get the front of the house area cleaned up. Then I'll go back and work towards the back. Pretty much have most of the house box cleared. What's left is the septic field out back. So I've got to go through there and take out everything within the septic area, the secondary system. They don't want to clear that. That's just a backup in case the first ever fails. And most people never clear that, and they worry about that later in life if that happens. ball here and hope that it fits in the dump truck, and then just grab the whole thing and set it over here to the side so you can just pick it up, put it straight in the truck, and then the guy at the landfill will probably cuss you because he goes and pushes it with the dozer and it unfolds in about 10 different directions. But that's fine, that's their job, not mine. Grab these couple little ones, or 4. Woo! Oh, that one tried to say hello. You'll get that on those little trees, especially when you didn't quite grab it as good as you should have. A pretty nasty week in store for us. It's going to be cold and pretty much rain and drizzle every day, rain at night, drizzle during the day. It's just going to be a not so pleasant week in store for us. So I'll get a good portion of this lot cleared today, come back tomorrow. Might not get done tomorrow, but there won't be a whole lot left, I can guarantee you that. Just depends on how wet it is in the morning. As to how early of a start we can get. Let me drop this tree and then I'll get out here and cut everything up. Bye-bye now. Timber. Right where I wanted it. Grab this little sapling and pull that out of the dirt so I can get to it with the chainsaw. That's it for the front. Then I get to go to the back there. Luckily it's all pine trees. I don't have to worry about all these little hardwood trees that don't want to break up very good. Go. Get to that. Get it cut up into logs. I'll drop a couple pine trees now. I got all the underbrush cleaned up. It's ready for them to come down. This is the start of the septic field. This subdivision's away from the city, so there's no city sewer. There is water, so they don't have to do a well, but there is no sewer, so they have to do a septic field. And these houses require like 300 or 400 foot long septic lines, so the area's got to be cleared for those in order for them to put that in. And that was the tree top. All up in the surrounding woods. There we go. That's nice and easy to get to. Go ahead and get this one here next. Get those two cut up. Brush here. What's left of these little hardwood trees, put in the truck. I won't have to deal with them anymore. A little bit of a pain because they don't break up very good. And when they hang all over the edge, you just got to go in there and trim them all off. Like the little pine trees, you can just kind of snap them the length pretty easily. So I try to put all these in the truck first. That way I can kind of pack everything else on top of it. It fits in there a little bit better. truck. Well, I can't grab that one up, it's still attached to a tree. Hold off on that one. I can probably start dropping the trees back this way. That's as far as the driveway goes, so they don't want to put any more rock to extend it out because the house stops right here. Rotten. I pushed it over, it actually snapped in half on the way down. Of course the rotten side was on the back side and I couldn't tell it. Grapple full, and that's going to be a full load. Break that off so it doesn't hang into the tarp. Finish it off right here. Look how muddy the truck is. Said it's like a liquid slurry over there at the dump. We'll save that one for the next trip. It doesn't want to fit down in there. Ready for the dump now. So today was a good day. Got a lot done. There's my pulpwood pile. Cleared all this. Raked the driveway in. Pretty much the house lot is cleared. Septic area is most of the way cleared. Gotta come back tomorrow. I think there's like 6 or 7 big trees left to take out. And that's about it. Of course it's gonna rain another inch tonight, so that should just make everything absolutely lovely for tomorrow. But I'll take a log and smear everything out when I'm done. Builder's ready to build a house, so we're gonna get it done. Got a nice little pile of saw logs. All right, out of here for today. Well, we got another inch or so of rain last night, and now it is an absolute disaster. But we shall still finish today. Luckily, I don't have a whole lot left. We brought some more stone to build the road back, and then some clean rock for the entrance here. There we go. Well, we needed a little bit left in the truck. I was hoping he would stop, but I can scoop it up and put it back in the truck. We got a little entrance to fix on another. Just need an outlet put in on another little project for the builder. And all I need is a scoop of rock. Oh, I'm tipping. Working in the mud. Oh, by the way, it's a little muddier than it was yesterday. Drive the excavator on the stone to drag it in. It's so muddy. Oh well, I'll just spread it out with the bucket the best I can. Didn't even bring the skid steer over here to grade the lot out. It won't happen. Just gonna get all rutted up when the truck drives on it. Take a little of this stone and spread out for the path. I need to save some down there for the outlet for the silk fence, so I won't spread it all out just yet. Save the rest of that, even though I don't need near that much. It'll just be a little bit easier to scoop up. And now I'm going to go back here and take some more trees down, get everything everything ready to load out. Last 2 pine trees for the septic field about to come down, and then that is it. Used to be a little stubborn. There we go. Timber. Oh, did you see the mud splatter? A little difficult chainsawing today after the 1 inch of rain last night on that fresh dirt. You can imagine it's not fresh dirt anymore, it's liquid. But I'm going to get done today and just smear this out the best I can, and it'll be fine and dandy. I'm gonna have to move some stuff around and get over there to take that tree down, and I'll be right back. And the last tree, I had to clear around it a little bit to be able to get to this side of it. I think I'll just cut these right here because it's somewhat drier. It's amazing how much drier it is when it's undisturbed, but once it rains on it, look, it's just like a complete liquid mess. But when you can only go 1 day without rain here, you just got to do what you can do. Let's see what's going to happen. Break some branches off. It's less work I'll have to do with the chainsaw. That is good for my health. Right. Fill this in, and I'm going to chop those up. Start grading all this out. Might go ahead and haul some logs off at lunch. Start cleaning up everything. Drag this back a little bit farther and just be that much less in the mud. Nasty. Well, loaded up 1 load of logs in the dump truck. Look at that ooey gooey mess. I need somebody to come shovel these tracks for me. Heck, look at the ruts I made just loading up the trailer. I got my money's worth out of that load right there. I decided not to put the last 4 logs on there, and it might be a bit much. Let me get these strapped down and hauled out of here. So me and this 10-foot pine log now are going to town. It is definitely not pretty, but it is spread out because you are not going to drive anything else out here to grade this out. So I'm just smearing it around the best I can and at least get it where it won't hold water. He said he'd be fine with that. Well, it ain't pretty, but it's done. Just kind of let it sit here and dry, and then come pin the footings and get all that dug. Got to do silt fence tomorrow. Well, somebody's coming to do silt fence.